All right, folks, welcome to another episode of the Abundant Will podcast, episode 35. I hope thus far everybody's having a good week filled with love, light, truth, and abundance. And I just wanted this probably won't be a very long episode, but I just wanted to come on here and say a couple things and let you guys know what's going on tomorrow and just some things that have been going on that I've been thinking about lately. So as you guys know, it's been like basically 6 months since my transplant. Thus far everything has been for the most part pretty good, dude. I mean, a couple ups and downs in the beginning, but that's to be expected. Just to kind of get you dialed in and stuff like that. I mean, because, dude, like when you're having an organ transplant, I mean, just getting the transplant is half the battle. And then afterwards, making sure there's no problems and figuring out, the right medications and doses and stuff like that. And, your body could reject it a little bit in the beginning, stuff like that. So it could be a pretty big deal and pretty scary and stuff like that. So yeah, I I can't even like explain how grateful I am that everything has been okay. And like I said before, man, I mean, I'm just grateful I could take a shower without having to do 30 different steps of covering up tubes and stuff like that. Um, so tomorrow, um, I wanted to do a 6 month interview, just kind of update with Jill, just for, I mean, anybody who's been watching or might watch or things like that. There's a lot of people who are donors out there that could possibly relate and stuff like that. And that's what we're here for, right? We're just here to help in any way we can. And I mean, the medical stuff is, I mean, that's that's my specialty, dude. I've been going through it my whole entire life. I know it. You know what I mean? I know what it does to your head, your body. I know it. I know it all too well. So I just wanted to do an interview with Jill and kind of see what she has to say about the experience, about the whole transplant experience, about the healing part afterwards, and any ups and downs or anything that she may have encountered. So I think that's a good thing. And another thing that I've really been thinking about, and I've been thinking about this my whole life, but I was in no position to go and talk to anybody about anything because I was still like going through my own stuff. But I have always wanted to like, I don't know, if I visit maybe once a month or twice a month or something, but kind of just go to the hospital and go on the transplant floor and kind of just talk to the patients and the donors that this may be their first time or second time or third time going through this, but to have somebody there, I know they provide like whatever religion you are, you could have a pastor, whatever, come in, or like a therapist or whatever. But I mean, if you have somebody who's actually been through it and been through it multiple times, I just think that'd be like a better connection. I think maybe like the patients would open up a little bit more and things like that. And I just want to help in any way I can. So I think the next time that I have an appointment up there, I'm going to talk to the doctors or whoever I need to talk to. I'm sure I could probably look up an extension or something on the internet and make some calls ahead of time and kind of get some things lined up and some things in order. But I would really, really, really like to do that. I think that would be very, very filling for me, and it just seems like the right, like the right, like the right move. You know what I mean? Because it's been on my heart for a long, long time, a long time. Um, so yeah, I would really like to see if, I don't know if the hospital will be open to it or whatever, but um, I would really like to see if they would, because I think that would be a wonderful opportunity for me and for the patient receiving or giving an organ. So yeah. Now, I'm not trying to make anybody upset or piss anybody off or get anybody super worried or anything like that, but I just want to kind of give you guys a heads up because like I've said before, we have been just manipulated and tricked and lied to basically our whole lives. So what I'm getting at here is, dude, we really have to start watching the kind of food that we eat, um, the kind of products that we use, the clothes that we wear. I mean, everything. It's everything. So first off, you got like all the foods. Okay, they're all any processed food is basically poison, and even like even like like with the farmers and stuff like that, they're what they've been doing for a while is like getting them to grow um fruits and vegetables and things like that without seeds, because they're slowly taking the seeds out of everything, and the seeds are the life force, and if you don't have seeds, then you can't plant anything and you can't eat anything. And so what they're trying to do is just grab all of the seeds and everything, so you have to absolutely be dependent on their made up process whatever fruit and food and all that stuff. And most of the stuff that our food is made with is banned in every single other country. So it's like, what's going on here, guys? So I'm just saying, I mean, between the food, all these data centers and the robots and things like this. Um, I don't think there's going to be money for very much longer. And I think what the whole entire plan is, hey, you know, we got everything here for you. So just sit there in your apartment, house, whatever, and be happy. If that's even it, it could be way way darker than that. But what I'm saying is, you really have to do your due diligence. I mean, even with like the soaps you use, the lotion that you put on your skin, lipstick, for all you ladies out there, and the mascara, and I guess I guess what, makeup, is that what you call it? The stuff that you put all over your face, you know, uh, all of that has got just bad shit in it that is not good for you. It's not healthy for you. And when you're rubbing that stuff on your skin, it's getting in your skin. Even the clothes, like the polyester and the plastic and like the Crocs and all that stuff is being absorbed into your body, into your skin, the fluoride in the water, all of it. Okay, so if you feel like sluggish, or like, you know, you don't have a lot of energy, it's because you're being kept in that state. You're being kept in the low vibrational, fear, worry, all that. And they're trying to keep you there, and the whole reason for all of this is basically what they basically are trying to do is, they're trying to strip you of your power, because your power is in this little piece in your brain called the pineal gland. I know that we've talked about it plenty of times before. Um, you know, with the kundalini energy, and how the juices from your brain and your sexual fluid flow down your spine. They sit down there in the sacral for 3 days, and then you can bring it back up and become anointed and enlightened, right? And that's why we say, you know, meditation is always a very good. You have to meditate, dude. That's the only way that you're gonna get your answers, is by sitting by yourself in the silence and just breathing and waiting for whatever answer you want. It'll come, as long as you sit there long enough. You have to sit with yourself in silence. I know a lot of people can't do that, but you have to. Okay, so I'm not trying to be the doom and gloom guy or whatever, because I'm not. I'm just saying, be aware and pay attention to this stuff, okay? And I mean, the more that you read things and understand, and the more educated that you become, the easier it is to see. And then, I mean, everything is basically symbols and stuff like that. And once you know those, you'll see them everywhere too. So it's the whole entire thing here is, you you have to discipline yourself to get yourself in a state of love, light, and truth, and fill your heart with love and light and truth, and being grateful. And you know, your brothers and your sister next to you are not your enemies, man. That they're not. um So we have to get past all that, and we have to understand that we're all one, all of us. We're all different expressions of one another, but we're basically all one because we're all stemming from source. Everything is everything. So just, I mean, if you could understand that, and then you can do some reading and research. And like I said, man, it takes time. It takes years, dude. Years, really. It does. Because you got to lead, you have to read a lot. And basically to I always say, reprogram your subconscious, or brainwash yourself or whatever. But dude, you have to live and breathe this stuff, and just repetitive um affirmation. Dude, talk to source all day long in your head. Who cares? Anybody says anything, just tell them you're getting expert advice. That's what I always say. Because I talk to myself all the time. Like I said, the last couple episodes, anytime that alarm goes off on my phone, I stop whatever I'm doing, dude, and I read my affirmations and I read them out loud. And then, at break, I'm either writing stuff down uh, for an episode, just like making notes or stuff like that, or I'm chomping away at one of these books or a new book or whatever. But basically, is I'm constantly working on myself. Um, after like every situation that I've been through lately, I just kind of asked myself, was that the best that I could have acted, and things like that, and just it's just stuff like this, and it's all just repetitive. You just have to immerse yourself in it until you get that paradigm shift to where you start believing in what you're saying and what you're doing, and then you understand that you are source and you do have the power to do whatever, and that you can achieve it. So it's all just repetition, and not reacting, responding. Let me tell you, the last few weeks, or let's say the last, I don't know, 2 months, there's been a lot of times where, man, if it was me, um, oh, 6, 7 years ago, completely different outcome, dude. I probably would have freaked out, flipped out. But just with like with the tree falling on the deck, I didn't freak out, dude, because I knew in my head, I know everything's going to work out for my greatest good. Jill was a little like, when it first happened, she was like, ah, man, the insurance, they're going to screw us. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. And I'm like, hold on, wait and we'll see. Wait and we'll see. And then, like I said, boom, there's a check in the mail that's not from insurance or anything like that, and a decent chunk of change. And then a few days later, I get in, I hydroplaned into the wall on the interstate. Dude, if you would have been in the truck with me, you would have told, I thought my truck was absolutely totaled. And Anybody else in their right mind would too. And then when I opened the door, and I actually could open the door, I was like, okay. And then I looked and nothing. But normally I would have called Jill and I'd have been cussing and screaming at her. And dude, she's just waking up. You know what I mean? Stuff like this. That would have been the old me. But I mean, I was just, all right, so what can I do here? And I just went back in the truck and I started to think for a minute because I mean, my blood pressure was up from hitting the wall and, trying to get to the side and be safe and things like that. But once I sat there for 5 minutes, took a breath, and started to think, and I thought to myself, I go, wait, okay, I got a jack, I got the impact in my truck with the right socket, battery full, all that, because I'm prepared if I get a flat tire. And so I had everything I need, but the truck was just so low that there was no good spot to get a jack under it. And the jack that they give you with these trucks, like a Dodge 1500, a Ford 1500, whatever, the jack that they give you is the scissor jack that you just kind of twist and it goes like this and it just straightens out. But dude, those can't carry that kind of weight. And not only that, I mean, you have to be like on perfect level ground in order for that to work. So I was like, whatever. And I called the AAA. I was to work by 8. My truck's got a couple little scratches on it, and that's it. And I mean, tomorrow I'm actually going and getting all new wheels and tires and everything for it. So I mean, it's just if once you start doing this stuff long enough and you start believing in yourself and believing in your power and things like that, I'm telling you, man, and you know that everything's going to work out for your greatest good. It does. It does. When you expect it to, it does. And and a- and yeah, and thus far on my journey, dude, it just every day keeps getting better. I keep feeling like a deeper sense of just being grateful. And I just try to bring love, light, and truth everywhere that I can. And that's it. And thus far, I mean, everything has been wonderful. So I just kind of wanted to jump on here real quick and give you guys a heads up about tomorrow. Tomorrow should be a pretty cool episode. And yeah, we'll go from there. And yeah, so tomorrow we'll do the episode with Jill, and then I got some other stuff brewing, but I gotta go through it because it's a lot of like documents and paper, and there's not really. It's not necessary to go through the whole thing, but I want to get like the good highlights and stuff on the heck do you call that thing? Oh, the slideshow and stuff like that. So yeah. So I hope that um, everybody is continuing to open their heart to love, light, and truth, and doing their best to study and read and become more enlightened. And you got to see past the bullshit, man. You got to take care of yourself and your family because a lot of almost everything that's out there is not good for you. So just it's just my heads up, man. Do your own research, and I mean, Yeah, it's very difficult and hard to avoid, but it can be done. And yeah, I just encourage people to look into the stuff. Okay, just check it out, man, because you'd be surprised. And so yeah, tomorrow should be a cool episode. I hope everybody just opens their heart to love and being grateful and helping others when you can, because life gets so much better when you start living it like that. And so I hope everybody has a wonderful day tomorrow. I hope everybody expects abundance, looks for it, and expects synchronicities and miracles, and expect your dreams to come true. And just keep focusing on yourself and disciplining yourself and walking around in a frequency of love, authenticity, and truth. Okay. So I will see you guys tomorrow with Jill, and should be a good time. And yeah, we'll see what happens there. What the heck, man? Okay, there we are. All right, guys. So I hope everybody has a wonderful night and an even better day tomorrow. And don't forget to check out the skies tomorrow. 6 planets lining up. It's going to be pretty cool. Um, I'm going to try and get my telescope out, because that would be a cool picture to grab. So I'm going to try and grab that. So we'll see. All right. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Um, thank you, everybody, for following or subscribing and liking. And if you know anybody going through any kind of medical anything, you know, send them a link over, man. I would just love it if somebody was going through a transplant or cancer or anything, or survived it or whatever. Just comment or something. That'd be just awesome. But either way, we'll get there. So yeah, thank you guys. And if you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and share the video if you can. All right. Thank you, everybody.